When you're blue and kinda lonely too, you'll find a smile will go a long, long way. Though you're down, don't sit around and frown. A little smile will go a long, long way. Never grieve, just try to make believe the sky is blue, although you know it's gray. Don't you pine, it's just a waste of time. You'll find a smile will go a long.
It's time again for another rousing adventure. It's Ron and Jen's Great Escape, and this is episode number 97, believe it or not. We're closing in on a celebratory 100 podcasts, but we're not quite there yet. This is going to be our 4th of July podcast because it drops the Wednesday before the 4th of July, so we won't be speaking to you until after that. But let's get to the most important thing first. How was Jurassic Park Dominion World? Jurassic World Dominion.
Okay, I just, for anybody that hadn't seen this movie in 3D, I kind of feel bad for you. It didn't feel as long as it was. I mean, what was it, 2.5, a little over 2.5 hours?
Ouch.
But I'm just going to say this. I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Good.
I don't think you would have enjoyed it.
No, I've had enough of it.
Yeah, I don't think you would have enjoyed it. I thoroughly enjoyed it. I did this a couple of times. And, I was like, oh, hey,
yeah, I like when that happens because you're like, whoa, wait a minute, that's not really in front of me. But
right.
That's 3D is so cool now.
What?
3D right now is so
cool.
sophisticated.
It is so cool.
Yeah,
I will say this, though.
Neat.
The movie ended, and I'm not going to tell you, I don't want to ruin it. It ended basically the way it began, which was confounding to me. And so I talked to some people who say, it was wrapped up pretty nicely. Oh, no, I don't think it was wrapped up at all. As a matter of fact, I have a conspiracy theory.
If there's still money to be made, it's not wrapped up.
Well, I love Jeff Goldblum, and they completely underplayed him. He should have had more. He should have been in the movie more. They just underutilized him.
A little bit of him, I think, goes a long, long way because he's so quirky. I love him. I think he's a great actor.
Yeah, I just would have loved to have seen more of him, but that's fine. But at the end, at one point in the movie, the two main characters, Laura Dern and
Sam Neill.
And Sam Neill. So they had, I can't even want to tell you.
Don't ruin it.
I won't. So she goes in to kiss him, and she has on her finger
a ring
that looks like the very first, you know how he had that fossilized mosquito on the staff?
Yeah.
She had that color kind of thing going on in her ring, and I thought, and it was very obvious. So I thought, wait, I thought they were wrapping it up. Are they going someplace else with this?
I don't know.
So I don't know. I think your dog just farted.
Well, it happens.
I do. I'm sitting in it. I'm marinating in Hazel's fart right now.
Hazel, what are you doing?
So anyway, I will say, yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. The snacks were $30. The movie tickets were $20. So it was $50 for me and my best buddy to go see this movie. And we went at 3:30 in the afternoon.
Oh.
That wasn't even prime time. And they had a special going on that day. $8.75. Well, it was $10. $10.75 for the ticket.
But you got to see it in 3D, right?
You do. You really should. I mean, yeah, that was. Oh my God, it was great.
Let's get to some of the news of the day, shall we?
What's going on today? Big day.
We have a CNN poll that says Americans are concerned about the United States burned out on politics.
Wow.
Well, let's move that to the bottom of the pile because
did you see what happened today?
I don't think too many of them are going to argue about that.
Yeah.
Yes, the Supreme Court in its infinite judgment. What did they do today?
Well, they rolled
today as we record this.
Right, and people are gonna mischaracterize this. They didn't say that abortion is illegal. What they did was roll back the original decision from 1973, and they handed it back to the states and said states will decide how to move forward on this complicated medical procedure. They have to litigate about this matter. So they don't have protection federally anymore, and they say that the original decision in 1973 was flawed, and so that's how it went down.
But people won't take the time to actually
they
understand the decision. They won't take the time to understand the decision. They'll do this. There's my knee jerking up.
Yeah.
And already protests are all over the place, and so we'll just let it permeate, I guess. But it's just the beginning because, as I said, the decision just was made hours ago while we record this.
But let me ask you this, Ronzo. Do you think that it would be prudent for the left or progressives or whoever is going to jump all over this, it doesn't matter, right, to go ahead and have the same kind of thing that we had going on with George Floyd, the riots and the anarchy and all of that, now right before midterms?
No, it doesn't work in their favor whatsoever.
Right. Yeah. So I don't know what we'll see. It'll sure be interesting to see how this,
while they can't
plays
be,
out.
while they can't be dismissive of the decision, they can't percolate on it. Does that make sense to you? Because
Well,
it's going to work against them dramatically.
You're
They've
right.
got enough working against them right now.
Well, I think it's so sad that people don't understand. The beauty of this country is they don't remember, particularly on July 4th, we can say what we want. We can express ourselves. We have every right. But you don't have a right to burn businesses and burn cities down and destroy communities that people have put blood, sweat, and tears into. So I hope that I hope and pray that people are, but I think that you'll see a lot of Christian organizations who are pro-life. I think that you'll see a lot of pro-life establishments have a lot of violence upon them. And I wonder, with Jesus stickers on my car, Christians in general. I mean, so you've got to be pro-life if you're a Christian. Well, I'm actually a pro-choice Christian.
What about the members of the Supreme Court, however, who have the weight of this decision on their shoulders? I mean, we already saw Judge Kavanaugh's life being threatened. Do you know they don't have Secret Service protection, the Supreme Court, but Gina Raimondo does?
Wow.
Put that in perspective
Commerce
for a
Secretary.
second.
I don't know.
Well, because she's fifth in the pecking order if something happens.
Well, I don't. Listen.
But the Supreme Court doesn't?
My
The
immediate
justices?
reaction, I don't know if yours was, and I don't want the Secret Service showing up on my doorstep, but they're in danger.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, they're in danger.
That's why I asked the question.
They're in great. I think they're in grave danger, and I'm not trying to be an alarmist. I'm just saying. I mean, I think of the Timothy McVeighs of the world, and crazy people will just do whatever they want because they want to make a point and be famous. I worry about them.
Travel season. It's summertime, so you better pack your patience because if you're flying, don't count on being on time because there's a lack of pilots. There's a lack of the workforce in general. Flights are being canceled all over the place.
The pilots are drunk.
Well, I don't know about that.
Not yet.
Complaints against airlines jump 300%. That's a leap. That's not a jump. 300%. I flew recently when we did that Canyons tour.
Oh yeah, how'd that go?
Back in May. The actual flights themselves, they were fairly much on time.
Good.
But I got to tell you, we didn't have a problem, but we couldn't believe in Las Vegas International Airport, they didn't have enough people working. People were actually getting they were missing their flights because they couldn't process people fast enough. One TSA agent was a complete a-hole. I mean, barking at people. People were just following the rules, and he just felt like, I got power. And he starts barking. That doesn't help the situation. But anyway, it's a mess.
Well,
It's a mess.
but see, the thing is, Ron, everybody thought once COVID's over, we can go back to the way it was. No. And now they're saying, whoever they are, they say the CDC, beware, because there's two new variants coming out. This is what I read, BA.4 and BA.5, whatever. So those mutations are coming upon us, and they're saying it might be a second wave. Even the president himself has said, expect a second pandemic. What?
I don't listen to much.
What?
I don't really put much credence into anything he says anymore.
Well, I know. Did you see his card?
No.
You see, he had a special card that somebody got on, I think, a cell phone or something, somebody in the press, and it literally says, you sit here, you talk here, you rise here, you say this, you acknowledge, then you walk out. It's sort of, you know those books, Computers for Dummies?
Yeah.
The Presidency for Dummies.
Yeah. Remove funny bone. Ha,
Really?
ha, ha.
That's where it's at.
A majority of American parents believe their kids aren't spending enough time playing outside. A survey of 5,000 parents of kids ages 5 to 13, that's a good span of ages, find 55% feel this way. When I was a kid, it was get outside. When it's dark, we'll call you for dinner. Find something to do. Now, is that even possible in the environment that we have around us in this day and age, that you feel safe enough to send your kids out and spend a lot of time outdoors?
I would not let, because what did you do when they said find something to do?
Ride my bike. We played in the park at Slater Park. Came back, and I had a paper route when I was 14 years old, and I've been working ever since. But before that, you just go out and you hang out with your friends. You know, you
just
bike around, you dig a hole.
You climb on roofs.
Yeah.
You jump off buildings.
Yeah.
You just, you run down to Little General and you get 20 fish because they were 1 cent back then.
Yeah,
you
penny candy.
Yeah, you listen to the ball game on someone's radio. I mean, not today, Ron. But by the way, why do you think there's so many daddy little fatties out there?
Yeah, because they're not out there exercising.
They're porkers and they're sitting in there. Yeah,
doing this.
Exactly. And they're eating their Doritos.
Yeah.
Yo, bro, on the the internet, they can talk to their friend down the street on their headset.
Tubby boots.
Tubby boots,
Tubby
man.
boots. Two
There's
words.
so many
Tubby
kids are
boots.
fat.
All
It's
right.
terrible.
Now we're going to turn to America's favorite segment.
Already?
Yes, which is Jen's News.
It is.
On this patriotic podcast. We got the alliteration working today.
We do.
It's a patriotic podcast.
So happy 4th of July, and thank you for making Jen's News America's favorite segment. Who did that? I just made that up. I just made it up.
Who knew?
I don't know.
All right.
Do you think it's America's favorite segment? It's
Why
time for
not?
Jen's News.
Why
What
not?
is it, Ron?
It's Jen's News.
That's good.
There's
And
Hazel.
even Hazel.
Hazel's digging
Hi, Hazel. You like that? Oh, your breath.
Hazel.
Amber Heard. Today in Jen's News. Here we go. Amber Heard is said to be in talks. Listen to this. For tell-all memoir.
Shocking.
But what?
I never thought it would happen.
What don't we know?
I mean, this is
Somebody
who allegedly,
crapped the bed
this
that
is
they
somebody-
sleep in.
Yeah,
What don't we know that we didn't learn during the trial?
Heard's Turd. That's going to be the name. I think Heard's Turd should be the name of the book.
Are there more secrets like that?
Who cares?
I mean, maybe somebody really did piss in her cornflakes.
Who cares?
And maybe she ate it.
She needs to get out.
I don't know.
Get lost. Who cares? Next.
Okay, so reports say that Amber Heard is in talks to write this book.
You're still going to do the story.
Yeah, I am.
All right,
because
great.
the source said that Heard considers her career in Hollywood over. You think?
You think?
And so she's trying to make some money.
I have a question for you, though.
Yeah.
When did it begin?
Wow. She's been seen lately at Whole Foods getting Haagen-Dazs
I saw
and
that.
Target.
Yeah.
Looking for clothes.
Yep.
Wow.
In all the wrong
And
places.
the mighty have fallen.
Yeah.
So she says she has nothing to lose and wants to tell all. During an interview on NBC with Savannah Guthrie, Heard said she has a binder worth of years of notes about the alleged incident. Who keeps notes if they're in a relationship? Do you and Patty have notebooks?
Somebody who keeps notes during a relationship is someone who doesn't trust the relationship.
Well, somebody who has ulterior motive.
Yes.
I'm just saying.
All right.
I don't know.
She's out.
Large sunspot. Now, this isn't a bad thing. Hang on, my friend. A large sunspot could cause outages on Earth. How so, you ask?
Uh-oh.
A large sunspot facing towards Earth could cause radio blackouts if it bursts. Now, that wouldn't be sad.
That would suck.
Well, I mean, yeah. I mean, unless you're on certain radio stations
Yeah, that's
in the
true.
midday and you put everybody to sleep.
That's true.
I'd rather hear dead air.
Well,
Just
I don't
saying.
know about that. But let me think about it.
Was that mean? I'm just saying. I don't know. And by the way, before anybody sends me an email, how can you be a Christian and be pro-choice? Because I believe everybody has a right. God gives us free will. That's right. That's why I'm pro-choice. So enough with that. But scientists are watching a dark spot on the surface of the sun that's doubled in size this week.
Uh-oh.
They say it could result in a solar flare that contains high amounts of radiation and magnetic energy. Now, the flare might impact the upper levels of Earth's atmosphere, and those are used for communication signals, which in turn could lead to radio and navigation system blackouts.
Just leave Europa alone.
Yeah. So, I mean, if you're hungering for some more of the fat test guy's no big deal, you might not be able to hear it. I'm just saying.
That fat test guy's no big deal.
There's no big deal. I mean, there's nothing to see there. Keep going, folks. I don't know.
Your kids are safe.
Yeah, your kids are good. All right, and here's what you finally, in Jen's News, America's favorite segment, here's what you need to know about the 5-planet alignment. Did you see this?
Yes, I did. It's
I
exciting.
mean, it is exciting.
Very
It's
exciting.
super, super
Like, ding,
cool.
ding, ding, ding.
5 planets are set to align. Well, they have been aligning in the sky this week. Mercury, Venus, Mars, Jupiter, and Saturn in order will line up for the first time in 18 years, and you don't need an old telescope to see it. Remember when we were in elementary school?
You'd make your own thing.
Out of an oatmeal can with a piece of tin foil,
Yeah.
and they'd say, "Don't look directly
Right
at the
the
sun,
sun.
Johnny."
And
Yeah,
then
that's
what's the very first
you
thing
look
you did?
directly at the sun, and then you go,
Don't touch those plates.
yeah,
They're
right.
hot. What do you
It's
do?
so crazy.
You touch the plates.
Mercury will be the dimmest, by the way, and that might be tough to see, but the planets will have their peak visibility. Well, you won't see this till Wednesday, but today.
Oh, you missed it.
Yeah, well, we
You
can
missed
announce
it.
it on our radio show. When are we live?
We are live on WADK on Fridays from 2 until 4. That's 1540. But the best way to listen to it, because you can stream it anywhere and get it crystal clear, is WADK.com. So check that out.
That's right. Okay. So today is peak visibility, even though they could be seen with binoculars early throughout the week. Experts say if it's cloudy, the planets should still be visible. And there it is.
Is there any word on Uranus?
No, nothing here.
Okay.
Nothing on Uranus.
All righty. Now,
Monkeypox, though.
Guess
I mean,
what?
there's
Guess
information
what?
regarding that.
every place, those pop-up fireworks places are all over the place
Oh,
again.
yeah.
So,
It's already started in my neighborhood.
So, of course, that means it's by the time this thing drops, it's probably Beirut in most people's neighborhoods. I know you have a story in there about pets.
I
think,
do.
And we'll get into that in a little bit. That's about their toys or about how to keep them?
Oh, I will use the other one then.
Yeah,
Yes, I will
because
use
this
the
is
other
gonna
one.
drop before, before.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Good thinking,
I like
Ron.
That makes sense. All right, I like a couple of these stories. This one I saw and I said, yes. I said,
Okay.
finally. The boss of the U.S. media company Paramount has said that he does not want to remove historic programs from his new subscription streaming service because they no longer meet current expectations. In other words, we're not going super woke, all right, just because some classic film like Gone with the Wind, kind of represents slavery and what have you. No, they're not going there. So I say, I say props to Paramount for that one. So
Absolutely.
credit where credit is due.
I mean, it's an evolutionary process, the human condition, is it not?
It is.
So how do we erase the past and pretend it doesn't exist?
You don't.
That's right.
Because you don't learn anything if you do that.
Correct.
All right. Now, in our weekly column, our commentary, which you can read at rinewstoday.com every Wednesday, one of the things that we talked about was Wallet Hub and how Wallet Hub has the red ass when it comes to the state of Rhode Island, because we talked about Rhode Island is ranked the 4th least state in the union, according to Wallet Hub, for being fun. And we thought that was a bunch
It's
of crap.
stupid.
It's really stupid. But wait,
Crap.
there's more.
Oh, no.
And it gets
What?
It gets worse.
Oh, my gosh.
Absolutely worse.
Really?
The best and the worst states for summer road trips. According to Wallet Hub, here you go. 10 best states for summer road trips. Well, we'll just do a couple. Number 1 is New York. 2 is Minnesota.
New York?
They love Minnesota.
But New York is a mess.
Well, New York City or New York State?
New York City.
Yeah, well, this is New York State.
Oh, okay.
Best states. All right.
Oh.
So
okay.
New York, Minnesota. Why do they love Minnesota?
I do not know.
Texas, Louisiana, and Maine. Maine I can see.
Maybe there's good food in Louisiana.
On the other side of the spectrum, guess who ranks dead last in their opinion? That would be little old Rhode Island for a summer road trips. You can take a road trip through the entire state in one day.
I'm starting to think that Jerry Martineau is the guy from Wallet Hub that writes this stuff.
That's the guy. Woonsocket, right?
Yeah, the bag man. There's some disgruntled former state lawmaker that is a Wallet Hub guy that was shamed. I'm telling you, maybe it's Gordon Fox. I don't know. It's somebody.
It could be.
Somebody like that.
But wait, there's more with
There's
Wallet
even
Hub.
more?
With Wallet Hub, before we strap on the instrument.
Yes.
Wallet Hub has revealed which states show off their patriotism the most. The site just released this. They compared each state by 13 key indicators in areas of military and civic engagement. Factors include things such as share of adults who voted in the last presidential election, share of enlisted military population, and guess the top 10 least patriotic states. Rhode Island comes in the 3rd least patriotic state. Am I missing something? Don't we have the oldest 4th of July parade in the country?
We do.
What is this with Wallet Hub?
Don't we have a Naval War College and all that?
Yes.
I mean, all of that down
Didn't
in
we
Newport?
always have a huge Navy base?
I don't know.
Wasn't John Chafee the Secretary of the Navy? Yes.
I don't get it.
Wallet Hub's out of touch.
Wallet Hub just sucks.
Wallet Hub, you suck.
You know what? Yes. Can we just say that?
Yes, you can say it.
Yes,
Because
this
it's
is
a podcast.
America.
Wallet Hub, you suck.
And that's why our founding fathers and gang came over here.
Gang.
Yeah, the gang.
The gang, the whole
They
gang.
came over on those ships.
The gang's all here.
Yeah, with
All right.
bacon, salty bacon, and beer.
Some people say that those thunder shirts for your pets work because apparently it's got like that pressure. It feels like they're being held. Some people I know have them say it works. Some people I know have them say they don't work whatsoever. So what can one do? Now, Molly, does Molly react negatively to fireworks and explosions?
Does. Well, but I have a tip for you, and this is what I do for Molly. I'm just saying, it works for me. It sort of worked with my old Ellie. She was scared of everything, though. But Molly's scared of everything, too. But how to keep your pet from fear and anxiety during the 4th of July celebrations.
I'm lucky. Hazel doesn't mind it whatsoever.
Right. Fireworks are definitely fun for people if you're not blowing your fingers off, but not for pets. Besides the fear of them, the noise can hurt their ears. Yeah, it's true. A survey shows 45% of dogs have a fireworks phobia. Over 40 million dogs plus 23 million cats have never experienced fireworks before. Now consider this. Pet Amber Alert reports 30% more pets become lost between July 4th. This is sad. July 4th and 6th than any other time of the year because they run out. They get scared. So keep your doors closed. So how do we keep our fur babies safe and comfy during the celebrations? Try these tips, and then I got one for you. Put your pet in a compression garment. Thundershirts. Use safe and approved noise reduction items in their ears. Create a fear-free fortress. Provide calming sounds if you have a noise machine, right? Well, we'll get back to that because that's pretty much what I do. Create a jolly routine in response to scary sounds. Maybe do a jig. I don't know. Discuss medication and supplement options with your vet ahead of time. Okay, this is what I do. Tips from Jen.
Yep.
I give Molly hemp. It's a hemp variant kind of thing. I throw it in with her food every day. And because she's alone for 2-3 hours, sometimes 4 during the day, it keeps her calm and she won't bark as much. She doesn't get high. It's natural. It's just a hemp supplement I put in her food. And also I run a fan all day that's noisy.
Oh yeah, like background noise,
yes,
like people have in their bedrooms.
That's right.
Yeah.
And so I use a box fan and I
that
just
makes a
lean
lot
it
of
against
sense.
the wall and it really works with the barking. So it also helps with the fireworks.
Outstanding. Good
Yeah.
tips. Now, where do you buy that hemp stuff?
Oh, you can get it at PetSmart. You get it at PetSmart or you can get it online. Amazon, of course, has everything. And it's called, you just type in hemp allergy aid and it will come up. But they're big chunks of stuff. And it helps her poop, too.
Yeah.
It's good with her digestion. So, keeps her calm.
Sounds like it's good all around.
Yeah, helps her move. And Hazel doesn't need that help. I think she just farted again. Happy birthday, America.
Follow us on the radio, 1540 WADK, WADK.com. That's the best way to listen because it's crystal clear wherever you go. And that's Fridays from 2 until 4 p.m. Our commentary drops every Wednesday. And that is an RINewsToday.com. It drops in the morning, so check it out on Wednesdays. And also, we're in the dugout with Mike Stenhouse every Monday, and that show is live between 4 and 5
I love
p.m.
that show. It's a good one.
I didn't leave anything out. Okay. All right.
Good.
Listen, have a great holiday.
Have a great day.
Stay safe.
Don't drink
do
and
something
drive.
stupid. Don't drink and drive. And you know what? You're supposed to only use ground fireworks in Rhode Island. So please, please, please
Okay.
be safe.